welcome to this episode of The Feast is Life, a podcast for fanimals ready for deep dives into the unexplored aspects of the show and the extraordinary ingredients that create the delicious recipe of our fandom. On today's episode, we are literally just here to get fucking hyped for Red Dragon Con 7. That's right, folks. The Feast is Life crew will be jetting across the Atlantic in 2 weeks to attend the legendary meetup of fanimals known as Red Dragon Con. We'll be sharing our travel plans, discussing celebrity guests, and shitting our pants on the air. Hopefully not literally. I did come close one time flying home from Costa Rica, but that is a story for another day. Stay tuned, or you'll have to quit your job and be the marketing director for Star Fury Productions, because I'm not sure they have one, to be honest.
This episode of The Feast is Life is brought to you by Saren, who is back with his final PSA just in time for us to fix our hearts or die before we all meet up in London.
Be nice.
In these turbulent political times, where it is sadly unlikely that the late, great Count Dr. Hannibal Jessica Vanellope Lecter VIII will turn bigoted government officials into a bouillabaisse, it is crucial to support trans people and trans members of the Hannibal extended universe. Trans writers and the trans characters they have brought to life in the Fannibal fandom are amazing, creative people, and our fandom will be much diminished without them. We must stand up to fascism and the kind of small-minded fear-mongering that some people engage in against trans people. We must call and write our elected officials and let them know that we didn't vote for hate and that their trans constituents are just as important as their cis ones. We must also recognize the amazing trans people and activists that are fighting for their trans siblings. Allies and trans folks putting in the work to protect trans rights are amazing and very much needed these days. They bring light into all dark places, except for Hannibal's murder basement. Now that we've talked about trans rights, it's time to talk about trans wrongs. Trans wrongs, you ask? Yes, indeed. And we're not talking about the lack of solidarity that some famous white trans people fail to extend to their fellow trans folks. No, that's internalized transphobia and pulling up the ladder behind themselves, and that's just vile. No, trans wrongs are a whole different thing. If you support Hannibal Lecter's choice of long pig for his protein source, then you must also fully support Hannibal's name and pronoun changes. Sometimes she's Hannah, and sometimes they're Hanny. If you enjoy Hannibal's artistic murder tableau, surely you'll support him in a ball gown, or if she's rocking leather pants and a jacket on a motorcycle murder spree throughout Europe. If you know that it was the right choice when Will left Molly for his Pookie Hannibal, you have to know that it's the right choice for Will to transition. If trans femme Will commits murders and cannibalism, that's because her soul is conjoined with Hannibal's, and not because she happens to be taking estrogen. I encourage you all to join me, a humble PSA writer and trans human being, in supporting both real and fictional trans people, even if they're out there committing love crimes. And if you're a Fannibal but don't support the LGBTQ people in real life, do us all a favor and leave the fandom. Here's the door. Watch out for the cannibal on the other side.
All right. So I believe we woke up today to some interesting news that George Imagine will be joining.
Yes, we got another guest.
I know, that's it. I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm
And
excited.
I did not realize this until recently when I don't know, because you know how it goes with Wikipedia. I was trying to remember what color eyes she had for a fic, and so I was looking up pictures of the actress, and I realized that Hannibal was the last listing of hers on IMDb, and she actually retired from acting after. I mean, if you were on the greatest show ever made, like you can't go any further than that. Like everyone literally should have retired after being on this show.
Yeah, I mean, once you've hit that peak, anything that you do after that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we wouldn't have Polar if Massive retired. And you know how we feel about that, which is not very good. So
We have such good taste.
We do. We do. I mean, I think that that's a real gem. I'm obviously talking shit, but so we have confirmed. I don't even have the list in front of me.
I don't either. See,
Uh,
here we are, unprepared yet again.
Unprepared history. I kept trying to log in so I could buy a ticket to get a picture with Tobias, and I forgot my password so many times that it locked me out. So I hope I can get back in at some point.
You better watch because I'm literally gonna start shipping you two. Like, it's once I see
True.
you in that dress standing next to him, it's gonna be good.
I should write a fic that tells this whole story.
That's actually a good idea, though.
Should I not?
It's a
Like,
good idea. No, it goes with your whole aesthetic. We got to have everything. We
you're
can't just
right.
have you going in the costume and getting the picture. We need like the whole backstory, the lore. We need everything.
Yeah, and then I could put it on a QR code and be like, if you have no idea what this costume is, you know, why do I keep trying to explain this though? Because it really is unexplainable. And once you explain the joke too many times, it's not that funny. So I should just like accept that some people are gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Listen, everybody's like that about certain pieces of art.
That's
Their
true.
interpretation, listen, they can interpret it whatever way they would like. And those who get it, get it. Those who don't, sorry about your luck.
Exactly. Okay, so we have Delmore Barnes, who played Tobias. 100% gonna try to get a ticket for a picture with him. I need to make a sign or something that says R.I.P. Franklin.
Oh, the other gay couple, the reflection gay couple, is
Yeah.
going to be here.
Like, why did you do it? He wanted to be a good friend. We have Ellen Muth? Ellen. We have Ellen. We have Georgia. We have obviously Hugh, and we're having Casey Roll. Jeremy Davies, that's another one that I am sorely tempted. Peter Bernardone, love that character. And then we have Laura Jean, whose last name I cannot pronounce. Let's try it. Chorostecki, Freddie Lowndes, Miss Freddie Lowndes,
There you
and
go.
Ricky Whittle, who is a hot piece of ass, even if I've never seen his television show. I'm sure it's fairly very good. I've been meaning to watch that one because Gillian Anderson is in it. So these are the guests. We definitely got our Hugh photo. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start. I am so anxiety ridden over this. I don't know. Everybody that's gotten photos is like, "Oh, it's so quick. It's like 1 second and you just get up there and do it and there's no pressure." But I've already pressured myself. Like even the mere thought of it makes me want to shit my pants.
Yeah, I think
So, I
I don't
don't
know
know.
if people said something like the autograph, you actually spend more time like in their presence.
Exactly.
Which I mean, we could do that too. I do have a yearbook for him to sign now.
That's going to be fun.
I know
That's
it
gonna be
hasn't
fun.
come yet. I don't think I gambled on the shipping. I'm praying that it gets here in time. But basically what I did for you listeners, I'll give you a little spoiler. Um, I was trying to figure out like how do I keep track of everyone that I run into? Like I think it would be cool to have like a little notebook where you write down like, like, oh, hey, it's another Fanable I vaguely recognize. Tell me all of your like handles. I want to follow you on stuff. And like write me a little note. And I was thinking about it more and more. And like, how do you explain? Well, this is like my notebook that I'm writing down the blah blah. I was like, no, this framework for this social interaction already exists in the context of a yearbook. Like, you are welcome to walk up to anyone at school and say, hey, will you sign my yearbook? And then if they don't know you at all, they'll just write, have a great summer. And that's okay too.
Have a great summer. Never change.
Yeah,
Exclamation
never,
point, exclamation point.
never change. Yeah, or like some Nirvana lyrics or something. Um, it's better to burn out than to fade away. So yeah, so then I spent probably 6 to 8 hours creating a fake yearbook from Fanable High that has all of the well, a lot of the characters as though they are seniors in a yearbook and gave them like activities. I'm such an idiot. Oh my God. It's gonna be funny though, I think. I gave them like yearbook quotes and I left a bunch of pages for autographs.
It's going to be
And
such a good
so
memorabilia for you, though.
I
Like,
think
this is a big deal.
it is.
This
You
is
know, it's
something we're going to
probably
want to remember forever.
yeah, exactly. And I don't think it's probably, I mean, who knows how many more times this is going to happen and that we can make it work and that I was able to like get extra hours at the library to pay for it. And I had happened to have like American Airlines Advantage miles that I'm, once this trip's over, that card is getting canceled because I am not paying that bitch off again. Um, so yeah, it's like all of the things are coming into perfect alignment. So why not make a yearbook about that? If ever there
I'm
was a
excited
time
to
to
see
be
it.
weird and extra.
I probably am going to be crying laughing. Like, I'm literally going to be crying when I see this.
Well, if you think that's going to be funny, wait until you see this costume.
I can't wait.
Going good. I mean, I'm just adding details now at this point. Like the basic construction is done. I realized that while I know how to sew, like, repair sew and like put buttons on things and like sew on patches and I can embroider somewhat, I am not a seamstress by any means. So some parts are definitely a little wonky if you were to look closely, but I don't think anyone's going to be looking closely. So
I think they're
yeah.
going to think it's magnificent and just be like, whoa,
Well, they'll be like, "What?
what
Okay.
the hell?
What in the hell? Why are you dressed like a 60s folk singer with a cheese themed costume?"
Oh
Oh,
my God. So since I don't have a costume, I could just be a mouse. What if I just get little mouse?
you could do that. I mean, you could put on like that's what I'm saying, put on lingerie and ears and a tail and be like, "I'm a mouse, duh."
Yeah, I could do that. I gotta figure something out because I think it'll be lame if I don't wear something different. I need to figure something else out.
I mean, you could just, I think a lot of people are just gonna wear like really cool goth stuff and then put on their crowns and
True,
call
true.
it Ravensdad
This
goodness.
this is true. Like,
Ooh,
I don't
ooh,
know.
right.
Nobody stands out to me as somebody I would actually want to like, I don't know. Maybe Alana, because I love her style. Even though a lot of people say it's tacky, but it's stuff that I would wear if I had the money to
Mhm.
wear
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I think
Like
you'd look great in
patterns and all that.
the deep red V-neck that's like down to her belly button practically, but she's wearing it with a suit. Like this is just casual. Yeah, that's the same thing here. I was like, what do I even, and then do I even try to look like cool? Because I just feel like there's no point in trying. We need to accept, at least I'm going to accept that I might look like a total idiot in this photo op. Like very bad, not a good look. So if you go in with a humorous costume, then it's okay, because it's not like messing anything up. Because like it's not supposed to look glamorous. It's not a glamour shot, So
I'm just scared about my facial expression because when I'm nervous or anxious, like I don't know if I've ever showed you pictures of when I was walking down the aisle to get married. I literally look petrified. They're the worst pictures I've ever taken in my entire life. I look like I'm walking to the guillotine and it's waiting up there for me. And my dad is just walking me up there, and my facial expression is just horrified. I just don't want that. As long as it's not that, I'm okay.
it will be what it will be.
Okay, listen, I'm proud of
Um,
us for even
yeah,
considering it.
yeah. I mean, it's scary. I feel like way more comfortable like hanging out, like getting a picture with somebody that's not Hugh Dancy, like literally anybody else. I'll be like, whatever. Like, I might be a little nervous around like Freddie Lowndes just because she's really pretty. But me and Tobias, like, it's gonna be like, what's up? Like, I'm
What's up,
not worried
bro?
about that. Yeah. I'm just not intimidated, I guess. I don't know.
Eating any good cheese lately?
Yeah. You killed my bandmate. I mean, you didn't literally do it, but it's implied. It's all your fault.
I love it. I'm so excited.
I know.
10 days. 10 days until our flight.
Dude.
Saturday.
So yeah, so our travel plan is we are going to be meeting at O'Hare Airport and getting on the same flight overseas because Dream didn't want to go by herself, which is going to be really fun. Like,
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
excited.
like the idea of overnight flight too. I think we did the, the best thing that we could have done
Oh yeah.
because then when we arrive, it'll be like daytime, like their time. Like it's not like we're going from like overnight to overnight or something like that. So
Yeah. And you don't want to get there at like 7:30 in the morning and you can't check into your hotel until 3 or
exactly.
something.
And then we would
So,
just be lugging stuff around, trying to find places to put things and in that limbo. Yeah, I think it worked out perfectly. The timing was great. That's how we know. That's everything's been really smooth with this. Like I'm kind of like I'm thinking it's like serendipitous. I'm like, this is great.
well, don't jinx it because shit can happen,
Not us,
unfortunately.
not us. I'm glad we're going early though,
Yeah.
because if anything happens like flight wise, then at least hopefully we'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that
we'll
was
make it for
great.
the con. It would just be a matter of like, I don't know, if there was like a horrible storm, we got stuck in Chicago somewhere. I don't know. It would all, there's multiple things that could happen it will work out in the end. We will get there.
Exactly.
Unless Britain just decides that it's done with America, which like honestly, I get it. They're just like, none of you are coming.
That sounds like a very proactive plan, actually.
Yeah, God. Well, I have my boss at the library, her son was supposed to go on an exchange trip to China, and they
Mm,
just canceled it because,
yep.
so okay, well, let's see what else. We talked about my yearbook, we're freaking out about our photo op. Who all's gonna be there that we know? Any of our patrons? Uh
So I know Winston's dad's going to be there.
yeah,
It's one that I do know. I don't know of anybody else. I tried to put feelers out once or twice and nobody really responded, but I already knew Winston's dad was going to be there just because we follow each other pretty closely on X. So I already knew about that. So I'm excited because they've been
right.
with us like for a long time,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's
since
gonna
the
be
beginning,
crazy.
kind of. So I'm excited.
Um yeah, and then obviously Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes.
And we are hoping that Mercedes will record a little bit of some information about how last year's event went and maybe give us some tips and possible just like, I don't know, just takes about a previous, from speaking from her experience because there's a lot of unknowns here. Like I feel like the schedule is very loose. Like
Right.
there's no times for anything. Really.
We're just going to be wrapped up in the madness.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, I just really like to know what time things are happening. I don't know why. It shouldn't really matter. Because we're gonna be there, like what else would it be? What else would we
Right.
be doing? There's nowhere else to go around there.
Right. We're literally at a hotel that's right next to the airport.
Yeah. Where a like 3-minute car ride would take an hour to walk because you have to walk around the runways and shit. Because
Right,
you can't walk
exactly.
through.
So
Yeah.
technically, we definitely made the right choice in staying there. Like,
Yes.
there's no doubt about it.
Hmm.
Because I was thinking, like, if we get overwhelmed or need a break, we can just pop to our room, just chill
Right.
out.
Yeah. Or if I get really sweaty pits, and I
Yeah,
need like a deodorant, like
yeah,
immediate emergency, or like, oh my God, I
right,
need to change my top, or,
right, exactly.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, it's better this way.
Yeah, it's definitely
So
better. I'm
it's
excited.
gonna be good. Yeah. So yeah, so we are gonna be giving out buttons, our podcast buttons, and then I made some cheese folks stickers.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, they're just like real little stickers of the Simon and Garfunkel album cover, but I photoshopped me and Franklin's faces over it. And it says cheese folk, Freudivo, and Mars at the bottom.
Not you having like, see, I told you you have to write a fic now because you literally have a whole aesthetic. Like
I know.
you have merch, you have this costume.
I know. And like I'm trying to think about should I learn some songs?
Bring like a little ukulele, like,
I have a ukulele.
oh Jesus.
I don't play it very well, or I haven't played it since my kids were born, basically. So like 10 years of not playing it. But I mean, I got my instrument is the tambourine. Okay, so because I bought a tambourine.
Well, that works too.
And so, because there's a lot of like folk groups, like large group, like family band types where like the girl backup singers would all just like have a tambourine with ribbons on it. So that's kind of the thing I'm going for. But I'm like, do I like learn some folk songs and change the lyrics to be about cheese? Like the song of the Wayfaring Stranger, but it's the cheese loving stranger or something like that.
I can't
Or
wait.
like Mr. Cheesemonger Man instead of the Tambourine Man or something.
Mr. Cheesemonger Man.
Do you have some cheese for me? Yeah, I don't know when the opportunity would come up for me to perform.
You can send serenade everyone.
Literally all of Fanable, Twitter, and whatever would be like tweeting like, who the fuck is this person? Like, what is happening?
You're an icon though. I think people are gonna be like,
I mean, I don't know. I think if they were even like, oh, Bram Stoker's Hannibal lady, and then they're like, what the fuck? It's like meeting Alice Cooper, but he's just like in his spare time, he's like baking cupcakes for the neighbor kids. So yeah, basically this inside joke is just gonna run into the ground like deep fiber optic cable, which also, fun fact, Lithuania has the fastest public Wi-Fi of any country in the world.
woo, round of applause.
Yeah. So if you do download porn, that would be the place to do it. So I met a real Lithuanian today.
No, you didn't. I'm
I
dead.
did. I did. Okay, so a couple days ago, I saw this uh, post on a community message board for Facebook for my hometown, and it was by this college student who's like, "Hey, I'm an international business major. I'm like stationed around your area, and I'm going to be walking around your town, like giving my business pitch and like practicing my English. So I'm
Hmm.
not a creeper. Here's my credentials, whatever." And I was like, and she's like, "I'm from Lithuania." And I was like, "Oh, I hope she stops at our house."
Oh, why was I about to say, is it a man or a woman?
No, unfortunately, no. So she did come over and she was really nice. She was selling educational like textbook materials, which I was like, "Oh, honey, you came to the wrong house."
Right, no.
Basically, it was like books for parents who don't know how to help their kids with their homework.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, there was not a huge market for that at our house.
No.
But yeah, so I was like, in my head, I was like, don't mention Hannibal Lecter, don't mention Hannibal Lecter, don't mention Hannibal Lecter.
Let's talk about your country's most famous resident.
I know. I was kind of thinking about being like, so who do you think is the most famous like person that Americans know? Like when people are like, "Oh, Lithuania, I've heard of that." Like that's where Hannibal Lecter's from. Like I assumed that, that would be the only thing that people would probably know Lithuania for. But I didn't ask. I kind of chickened out. I was like, no, I'm not gonna ruin this poor person's day. So yeah, they exist. The accent is nothing even close to what Matt sounds like and as Hannibal, obviously. Like he's not gonna do an accent when he has an accent. Um, and he didn't live there for his like much of his life anyway. And part of the time he was living there, he was mute, so it doesn't really matter. But I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, I didn't buy anything. Um, but on the way out the door, my kid had left a trail of blackberries because she just eats random things out of the fridge and just leaves them on the floor. And this poor woman's in her stocking feet stepped on a blueberry or a blackberry. And she's like, "This has never happened before." And I'm like, "I'm so
Hopefully that'll
sorry."
teach her never to have kids.
Do you like nice things? Do you like your boy
Do you
not?
ever want to be able to walk around and not step on something? An identifiable squished mess, which may or may not be human feces, snot,
Yeah.
various foodstuffs.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not cat shit, I consider it a good day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, okay. Fascinating. It's like fun fact
From
about Lithuania.
Lithuania, porn capital of the world. Porn downloaded capital of the world.
Nothing about Hannibal Lecter, but but fast Wi-Fi. Good for them though. I've been making my packing list.
I haven't made a list of anything, but I did get some cute little toiletries and stuff.
Yeah, it's like hard not to buy stuff. It's like save your money for the trip, bitch. Because I bought some mousse, some like travel size mousse today. I was like, floof, my hair needs to be big.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna bring my dry curlers and I'm gonna have you try to put some kind of curl in my hair.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
So
gonna do. I have a feeling it's not gonna be good. I am getting my hair cut and before I leave.
I am too.
So I'm hoping that maybe freshening up of the look. I'm going for
Yeah,
the long shag.
yeah.
I'm I'm trying to flirt with the shape of a mullet that's not a mullet.
I like
It's hard
that.
to explain, but
That'll look cute on you.
I've like the bangs, and then I just want some little side bits. I already have them because my fucking hair like breaks out and falls off, and then it just grows in small. So it's like, well, if it's all gonna be different lengths, like let's embrace that.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna get the ends. My hair is longer than probably it has been since I was in high school, and I love it, but there's so much dead at the end. I'm like, I need to at least get like 2 inches probably cut off of it and just put the layers back in it, and then I'll go from there. So,
It'll be fluffy.
yeah, because it's a mess right now.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't have any of my styling tools or anything with me. I mean,
Right,
I have a teeny tiny like flat iron, but I realize I only have one like adapter.
right.
So it's like, how am I going to run? Like, I'm going to probably need to be like charging my phone, do all this different stuff. So I don't know. I don't know, but that's okay. Oh, you know what else I totally forgot about until just now is the whole being in Europe on your phone thing. How does that work?
I have no idea. I was thinking of that too.
Shit. I don't know, but I should probably look into that. Might be something where you have to buy a SIM card when you get there.
Right.
We should research that. Let's put that
Yeah, we
on our
need to figure
to-do
this out.
list. Um,
We need to
and
figure
if
this out.
anybody knows and you're listening to this right now, please hit us up because it's just been a second since I've been over there. I feel like I should just write this down because this is literally my brain. Every time I figure out how to do something, I then have to do it again months later and I have no idea and I have to relearn and re-research how to do it. It's like I
So
should just
what
be
I'm
keeping it.
hearing is that you need a door in your mind palace devoted to travel tips and tricks.
Okay, I do not have a mind palace, okay? It is a mind trailer. Okay. It's like a 1985 Winnebago that is in the woods with no tires left on it and there's probably like a fucking badger living in it. It's all cracked out on the meth lab that used to be there. That's my mind palace.
I'm glad you said badger and not raccoon.
And not what?
Not raccoon.
We speak not of the raccoons. There are no raccoons in my mind palace.
None, not
None.
one.
Nope. All right. Well, we also want to let people know that we would love to collect some audio during Red Dragon Con, and we will have little like those little dorky influencer mics. You know, the ones that people talk to, and it looks like they're like talking into a flash drive with a stocking cap poof on the top of it.
Like a feather duster.
Yeah, like an American Girl size feather duster.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But
It's gonna
I
be
think
cute.
yeah, it is going to be cute. So so we may be if we're feeling daring enough, slash if we've had enough to drink, we'll be going up to people and asking them to give us some comments. What kind of questions should we ask?
Hmm. Funny stuff.
Funny stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh, like
Weird questions. Weird
like
stuff.
like Mary fuck kill characters from the show, like what we
Yes.
asked the Ians.
Yes. Yes.
Could ask them, so if you saw me every day forever, would you remember this time? Yes, no, or maybe.
Elaborate.
Yes. Please explain.
And we want everybody to come say hi.
We actually do. We actually do. So if you are like I know there's very few like neurotypical people in this fandom, but if you are feeling sassy and friendly and you would like to uh, be interviewed by the Feast is Life, just literally walk up to us. We'll give you a button. We will record your thoughts about how the convention is going and really anything you want to say, where you come from, how you got into the fandom, if you've been to a Red Dragon Con before, if you have any good stories, who is your favorite character and why is it Frederick Chilton? Why can't Raul Esparza come to one of these?
Oh, I would die.
I would buy every single photo op and
Yeah.
yeah, I would crap myself.
Yeah, you'd be like a kid, like on the water slide, like you go down the water slide, go right back, go back to the end of the line, go get a picture, go right back to the end of the line.
Ma'am, you can't have any more photo ops. I paid my money. Oh man, that's a really good way to get a restraining order. He plays a lawyer on TV, okay, so he knows. He knows his rights. That could be said of Hugh as well. So you guys need to be on your best behavior.
Right. So are we allowed to like put our hands like
I don't
are we
know.
allowed to
See, that's the
like
thing.
okay,
It's
because
like,
I heard that when people take photos with celebrities, that the celebrities don't put their bare hands on the people doing the photo op. They like hover, like
yeah.
they'll act like they're putting their hands. But then I've heard other things. So I guess in the moment we'll see what happens.
Well, I
But if
mean,
I end up laying my hand on you, Nancy,
dude, like, 'cause
innocently,
I don't, oh man. I'm like, I'm losing it.
you
What
know I'm
happens?
actually
I
your
don't,
blood pressure is going up. Like
I
literally,
don't,
I can tell you, like hyperventilating. Okay, so
what
you know we
happens?
want to know what he smells like. At least
Okay,
we'll be that close.
we are 100% smelling him. That is absolutely going to happen. No one can stop me from doing that. I will try to be as clandestine and not creepy about it as I can,
What if
but
bro says, "Did you just smell me?"
then I would be
Okay,
like,
that would be epic. That would be like in the whole Will Graham voice.
I would I would be filled with a cosmic white light, and I would then literally I would get raptured by the Lord at that moment.
Because you
I
know
would
you already
float
embody
up.
Hannibal. So you
I would
might as
float to
well like
heaven.
just
Oh my
step
God, what if
into
I said difficult to avoid?
it.
Not because you smell bad and it's overpowering, but I literally can't stop myself from.
Security.
Yes, exactly.
Security.
So much also like Hannibal, my ass gonna be going to jail. Fancy British jail.
Oh man. Yes, yes. Neither of
It's
us are
okay.
gonna go to jail. We're
It's
gonna make sure
okay
of that.
because Felix Fanfare and Fern will bail me out.
There you go.
And Amy can bail me out, right? Right? They gotta know a guy who knows a guy. Oh man. Yeah, let's actually, to my earlier point on the chat, let's not get arrested.
Yes. This is accurate. No, no getting arrested. We're allowed to have some fun, but not too much fun.
Right.
Some fun, but not too much fun.
And now, some tips from our beloved patron Mercedes on how to have a good time at Red Dragon Con. Number 1, load up on snacks. The schedule for Red Dragon Con is packed. From photo ops in the morning, to panels and autographs all afternoon, to special events and partying in the evening. Once you factor in FOMO and not wanting to miss a second of the action, it's hard to find a moment to yourself, let alone to eat. Last year, I typically didn't get to eat a proper meal until 8 p.m. each evening, and your girl was hangry as fuck. To keep those energy levels up, I recommend stocking up on some snacks to munch on, as well as something to drink. Number 2, bring something to trade. This could be a little late in the game for people to pull off if they haven't started planning already, but I recommend bringing something to trade with other fanables. I went to Red Dragon Con alone last year and didn't really know anyone, but I brought a bunch of bracelets and swapped them with other people who were trading or giving out things like stickers or pins or whatever. It was such an easy way to approach people and start conversations, especially if you are more introverted. And if you aren't overly creative, just bring candies or treats from wherever you're from because fanables will be famished after such long days. Number 3, go in without expectations and just have fun in the moment. After attending a few cons last year, I've learned to just let go of my expectations and enjoy the experience for what it is in the moment. We, fairly, have a tendency to get really anxious about our photo ops or autographs or fan meets, or we try to plan the perfect interactions with our favorite actors. But after all that thinking and planning, these big moments we've created in our minds rarely live up to our expectations, or they don't once we start comparing them to the experiences we think other people are having. I've had the best time at these events when I've gone in with few expectations and focused more on being in the moment, which usually means enjoying getting to spend time with all the amazing fanables who are really the heart of the Red Dragon Con experience.
Do you love the feast is life? Well, guess what? We're not as rich as Count Hannibal Lecter the Eighth. Our incomes are closer to Will Graham's dad fixing boat motors. Head on over to Patreon and join our famous Fanables Club. You'll get access to the show notes, extra helpings of bonus content. Check out how you can support the show at patreon.com/the feast is life. All the cool kids are there, so you better get in, loser. We're going Patreoning.
And get excited because I just recorded an episode of Just Desserts, which is another audio companion to The Feast is Life that is for Patreon patrons only. And it is describing our journey, my journey, the journey through reading Hannibal Rising. So I'll be posting that shortly. If you enjoyed this episode more than Mason Verger loves a perfectly roasted penis, you should leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and follow us on socials. We are the Feast is Life on pretty much everything. Our Gmail is feastislife@gmail.com, I think. Remember to join our Patreon, where we only have 2 tiers. The $5 tier that gets you access to all of our bonus content, and Randall tier, everyone's favorite murder furry. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, if you want to attract your hot cannibal therapist, slather on the Old Spice. I feel like I didn't change that from last time. I did not. If you want to attract your hot cannibal therapist, dress up as a cheese-themed folk singer and accuse him of murdering the other musician in your band. The feast is life, Hannibal family. Eat it
Eat
and
it.
live.
We're
I'm
never gonna
just
get this
a
right.
poor cheese-loving stranger far away from where I roam.
Encore.
Oh my God.